Hi guys, I'm Daddy Freeze, convener of the Free the Sheeple movement and leader of the Free Nation in Christ. I greet you and I bring glad tidings. How are you all doing? I've got a bit of a conversation for you. Um, I'm hanging out today with the family. So I stumbled upon social media influencer Ashmusy's conversation about why many celebrities are unmarried. Maybe I'll need to move this chair back. Okay, so I can see everyone because my eyes are darting. YouTube is this way, Facebook is this way, Instagram is this way, and TikTok. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Follow my number one gifter on TikTok, House of Gold. How you doing? Oh man, see as my voice come crisp, become clear. How are you doing? That's right. How are you doing? Can you guys hear me clearly on Instagram? Okay, so I was watching this show on Instagram. Actually, was on the blogs on Instablog Niger, and they were talking about Ashmusy, who is an influencer. I hope I got that right. And she said she has a villa, she has a house, and many men are intimidated by that level of success. And that is why many celebrities don't have husbands. I'm trying to understand this clearly, and I think this is a conversation we all need to have. She said, everybody she meets, she still makes more than them. She wants a man who makes more than her. Let us start by having this conversation. Can I marry a woman that makes more money than me? Why not? I don't see anything wrong with a woman making more money. But you see, she said she wants a man who is greater than her. Let's talk about greatness outside of finances. You see, when we limit every conversation to a financial conversation, there's a bit of a problem. When the money, the conversation is always about the greatness is he has more money. I was talking to a friend of mine today who told me that he met his wife. It was such a beautiful conversation. He was hired by his wife's parents as her lesson teacher. And he helped her pass her WAEC. He helped her, he taught her, of course he's doing very well now, and the wife too is doing well. But you see, greatness does not always have to be, I have more money. In Nigeria, we monetize everything. Little things like, my boyfriend is caring, is money. Oga, show us love. It means give us money. I don't know if I'm making sense to you guys. So we've come to a position, a situation where we have monetized everything that is monetizable. I don't know if I'm making sense to you. And sometimes I have a problem with that narrative. Can a man be greater than you because he is everything except richer than you? There are people who are richer than me that I'm greater than. Yeah, did you double check everything? You've not left, have you? The back door, okay? Double check it, please. All right, my love. Please double check, double check. Now, don't get me wrong. I like money. And I like the good things money can buy. But I will not pick a spouse because of money. Money cannot buy what a marriage needs. Money is, you see, without money, marriage no dey sweet. But money cannot give you a good home. Money cannot give you it can make a good home sweet. It cannot give you a good home. Work with me. Money can make a good home sweet. It cannot make a good home. I want you to type this wherever you guys are. Type it so people can understand. Money can make a good home sweet. It cannot give you a good home. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Follow my number one gifter on TikTok. Follow my number one gifter on TikTok. You see, I know rich people whose wives left them for poorer people. Someone said money can buy some people. It can buy you temporarily. It can buy you temporarily. The substance needed to buy you permanently, money does not have it. And you see, there's poor man's mentality. When you surround yourself with poor people, money becomes your God. Rich people don't love money as much as poor people do. A rich man might steal money. He might do all sorts of things for money. A poor man will kill his mother for money. What a poor man can do for money. Rich people still get conscience. Poor people don't get conscience. Poor people don't get conscience. So if you allow money, I'm not saying I'm happy with Almoshi for the fact that she's a striving young lady. She has done well for herself. She has grown as an influencer, and she doesn't. You can't be driving a Vela. I understand where she's coming from. She's driving a Vela, and then she's going to marry a man that is driving Uber Corolla. It's a bit of a downgrade. I understand. But the problem is you cannot make your relationship about money. Yes, you want, there's a certain standard below which you will not go. I agree with that. But sometimes there's a greatness that has not come into fruition that money cannot reflect. I'll give you an example. When Taste Buds and I met, I wasn't poor, but I wasn't doing maybe as well as I'm doing now, you know. And what she was looking for was a companion. Sorry, I like putting my legs up and relaxing. What she was looking for was a companion, a friend, someone that would drink that gari with her. Sometimes what you are looking for in a marriage is that person that will drink gari with you. Because it is easy to eat spaghetti together. Now that gari na hard to drink. Someone say I look sick. Your papa looks sick. Your papa na look sick. Papa, forget your papa. Olórí burúkú rádaràda kìíní. Tó dàbí awọ aláǹgbá. Ó dàbí òkúnú odò. Ó lé mi look sick. Gbogbo ìran dìran ẹ̀ máa look sick. Wẹ́ máa look sick gbogbo lẹ́yìn tọmọtọmọ. tewúrẹ́ tajá tó ló ń gìn ní gbogbo ilẹ̀ máa sick ayé yín ò ní dá sickness ló dẹ̀ máa pa yín kó tó dàbí àgékùṣù. Wà á dẹ̀ wá sórí live yẹn, wà á dẹ̀ lanu gbàgàdà bí ìgbà tí màálù so. I'm telling you what's important. You will talk as in, I mean, you're stupid gan. So please let me continue. So I understand when, and don't let me miss my thoughts. So you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. I'm looking for my money guns. Oh yeah, pop my money guns, pop my money guns. If you're enjoying the live, pop my money guns. Double click the screen. Follow my #1 gifter on TikTok. Spaghetti, sweet to eat. Pizza, sweet to eat. Burger, sweet to eat together. The one with no sweet, na that Gary. And if you can enjoy Gary together, burger go dey flow. If you can enjoy Gary with your spouse, burger is a big piece of cake. So say make I apologize to ayé bàbá ẹ̀ ò ní dá. Jáwèrè dànù, járap wèrè, wọ́n gbó lọ. Ó sọ òṣì, ó ní kí n wá máa apologize. Ẹ̀ mo ti rapture dànù. Let's talk. We need to. You see, the problem with Nigeria and Nigerians is we are not having the conversations that we need to have. We are ignoring the main conversations. Money, you see, a poor man's mind is deadly. A poor man will make a decision on the amount of money a rich man will use to buy a watch, and the poor man will sell his soul for it. By sell his soul, I mean enter inside a contract that he will be bound for almost forever for the money a rich man. And it's not like the poor man doesn't have the money, but he values that money so much. I'll give you an example. When I was growing up, I was having this conversation with a friend of mine. Yesterday we had a party, not party, estate, 3 families. My neighbors Chris and Lai, we always kill ram. So this time, Lai was just coming back from Yankee. He went with his family. They toured the whole Americas. He was just doing pepper them for us. Indeed. Baba, at the counting coming back time, we remind us, Baba, your time remain 10 days. They come back house, come back. Remain 5 days, they come back house. Or I wouldn't say a cooker, maybe a cooker, but we hired. So he said, they're waiting the hungry am na asun. So I got somebody to do a whole goat. So the 3 of us contributed. We got a goat. We now got a ram. So they were grilling suya on one, grilling ram, whole ram on one side, grilling goat on the other side. And we're all, I was just happy, you know. It's been a tough year. We've all been through a lot. So I was just drinking my Budweiser, my Guinness, you know. We're just in the mood. And I remember when I was growing up, my parents cannot just kill a ram or a goat. See, my friends just come around, just kill goats, get person they grill lamb. The people that I brought to do the asun and the ram, they thought it was a party. They could not believe it was like 8 people. They could not believe it. We just sat down and were eating ram meat and gisting. And I remember when I grew, and then my mother-in-law made a statement. She said, before Nigeria was better. And we thought about it, and I was like, when I was growing up, my parents could not just wake up and kill ram for no just reason. It was no reason. It was just, you know what, guys, let's just have fun. It's boring. I remember growing up, my parents' mentality. Because it's not like they were poor. They were not poor. But they were always economizing. Now, economizing meant they will cook soup. Then the soup, the oil on top of the soup, they will fetch it and use it to fry egg tomorrow. As in, I used to sit there and wonder, how much money are you really saving in oil? As in, really? And me, I be Yoruba boy. I like food we get oil. Oil and pepper. I don't reach 47 now. I don't dey cut oil, cut some certain parts of my intake. But as a kid, I was burning energy. The oil was good for me. As in, I used to wonder, how much are you guys really saving in this oil that you are cutting? I understand if you are cutting it for my dad or for my mom, but why are you cutting it for us? Then me and my kids, we don't eat out of the same pot. The kind of food me I like is different from the kind of food children like. Let me tell you, I believe poverty for a man starts with him not being able to afford food. As I dey like this, I don't eat plenty carbs, which means at a sitting I can eat half a chicken or half a guinea fowl. So, sorry, very important call. My sister, hey, sorry guys, I'm with you. I'm not going anywhere. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. When I ever buy my money gone, which kind of wickedness be this? My sister, how far? I've been looking for you. Hey, are you still at that place? Your normal place. I did live, so I don't want to mention. I mean, they don't catch me. Where I came to see you last, Ikoyi, your work, you've left. Oh, fantastic. Do you still have that your Friday stuff? Yes. How much is the person? Let me see if I can do it. I'll try and check my budget and see if I can squeeze it in. If not, I'll just I'll just hold on for a minute, if not. But what time do you guys start and what time do you end? Okay, okay. When is the best time to come if we are coming? Okay, okay then. Okay, okay then. All right. Yeah, God bless. Thank you very much, sis. All right, sorry guys. I was trying to sort out something. So back to what I was saying. Forgive me, guys, if I drifted off. You're watching on TikTok. Double click the screen. TikTok people, Steen Jules, how are you doing? YouTube family, eh? How are you doing? No super chat, no super stickers. Now they follow me fight. Instagram. Someone said this position is better. No, it's. I'm not in my house. So in my house, that my position. Now they suit me with curtain for my background. I like it because I can look at everybody. And now there's one person here, one person here, one person here. So, like I was saying, I remember growing up, and my parents would cook food. We would cook food in the house, and they'll be saving the oil. They'll use the oil to cook soup, and then use this oil to fry egg the next day. And I'm like, it's oil. It's oil. Do you understand? They'll fry two eggs, and 8 of us will eat 2 eggs. And I'm like, it's egg. I just rapture person for TikTok. I don't even go mention, I go just ignore them. So, like I was saying, hey, Bookie's here, just send me a money gun. Thank you so much, sis. Pop those money guns. Yeah, pop them, pop them, pop them, pop them. Who's my number one gifter? Make I even hail my number one gifter on TikTok. Follow my number one gifter. Bookie's here. Now, hair people, they always be my number one gifter. So back to what I was saying here. It's egg. It's oil. It's chicken. Why is it an issue? Why is it an issue? And it's not like we didn't have money. My parents thought it was better to build house and invest in other things. And I'm sitting back and wondering, 40 years later, 35 years later, how useful are those things they invested for me? I gave up my chicken, I gave up my egg, I gave up my oil. For what? Where are these mad investments? I'm not seeing house in Banana Island, I'm not seeing house in Ikoyi. I'm not seeing anything extraordinary. The same house in Ibadan. You understand? I'm not, and I'm wondering, why did we save so much money? Why did we save money to the point where there was a time when I was in school, I wore. Yeah, hello. Yes. Yes, you should actually have walked. It's walking distance, but just plots. You like to waste money. Yes, yes. You know where it is. Yes. Just plot. Take an Uber there. Oh yeah, I'm live. I don't want to. Just I'll send you WhatsApp so you know how. All right. So, like I was saying, and it was a mentality. And to be very honest, it worked against me, and I'll explain to you how. It worked against me because it worked against my parents because I didn't want to be like them. I never looked at my parents as my role models. It was later on that I started looking at my parents. And my dad is a doctor. He stayed in the university for 6 years. Or was it 7 years? Read all the big books. Some of the books were as thick as this. My mother was a lawyer. Right now, my mother is a professor of law. And I'm looking at them. And I'm like, I didn't like book to start with. So let me also be honest. But that I will read this book that I don't like. And then this is the life I will live? No. I went to University of Ibadan with the children of Arishekola Alao. I went to, ISI, International School Ibadan, with Arishekola Alao's kids. We used to see the Ogundoyin children then. I remember there were 2 Ogundoyin brothers in UI. They had a 300ZX each. 300ZX was like the maddest car that year. Uni boys, 2. Their father gave them 1 300ZX each. One was white, the other one was red. It was like the maddest car in the early 90s with 4 exhausts. So instead of looking at my parents and wanting to be like my parents, I was looking at these people. I was like, whatever it is these people did and could afford to buy these cars, that's what I want to do. That's what I wanted to do. Arishekola Alao was not even educated. He was a businessman. He used to buy and sell, do government contracts, ventured into banking and oil and gas, even though he was not educated. I'm like, if this man can do it and my parents cannot do it, please, this man is my mentor. There was a time in my life when Arishekola Alao was my mentor. May his soul rest in peace. And it started with my parents. They did not realize this, but I looked at them and I did not want to be them. So sometimes when you have poverty mentality, you detach your children from yourself. When you cannot motivate your children, when your children cannot look up to you. Someone say, Arishekola get money that year and Abacha friend. Before, I talk of before Abacha. I'm talking of 1991. Arishekola had that 300. He was Nissan dealer. He was Nigeria's Nissan dealer. An uneducated man went to Japan, struck a deal with Nissan, and became their distributor in Nigeria. Person will no go school. You can't tell me, say, and then they use that 300. Arishekola had many wives and many kids. So different wives used to have different cars. As in, you go just day school, you go just that 300 that can't drop one of the kids. Then another car will come drop another. As in, I was like, it was motivation to me. First time I saw Lexus in my life was Arishekola's own. First time I saw Benz that they call Beast, it was Arishekola's own. And he used to move in a convoy. The Beast will be there, the Lexus will be there. He was the richest man in Ibadan back then. That property when my papa they try get, Arishekola get like 500,000. Out of every 8 houses, one was Arishekola's house in the whole of Ibadan. Just count 8 houses, one will be owned. So I sat down and thought about it. As his family large reached that time, he had maybe 30 children, I can't remember that. He used to carry all of them abroad. We will have to wait every 3 years before we go to. Meanwhile, my man and Yibo. Arishekola na local Ibadan man. Every holiday, they carry his children go London. And when they go to London, they stay in his house in Knightsbridge. You know where be Knightsbridge? How many Nigerians can afford to stay in Knightsbridge? Arishekola had a house in Knightsbridge. So I was looking at it and I was like, I don't want to not be able to eat oil. Let me know that I'm not eating the oil because of health reasons, not because I am economizing oil. Sorry, network had a bit of an issue. And I thought about it and I was like, look, my parents were not motivation for me when I was younger. And if I'm telling you the truth, if my dad had been, he made that medicine look nice, maybe I for manage be doctor. This is one of the reasons why I wasn't going to be. I said, so I will go to school for 6 years and then I'll come back and I'll be managing oil. I'll be managing egg. I'll not be able to wake up. Is network still bad or it has come back? I'll not be able to wake up one day and walk into a car shop and be able to buy the latest Benz, even if it's not every year, at least every 3-4 years. As a kid, those were the things I looked at. So I said that the freeze now Lagos things they happened that time. I thank God that we didn't stay in Lagos, because if we had stayed in Lagos, now Shomolu, my papa go carry us go. Good goal. Thank you for popping that money gun. Double click the screen if you're watching on TikTok. So back to what is network still breaking? So what am I trying to say? So money is a very important part of the equation, especially if you don't have it or you are deprived of it. There were many things that we couldn't afford. And I know it's not because my parents could not afford it, but they were economizing. Good goal. Thank you so much. Follow my number one gifter on TikTok. Follow my number one gifter on TikTok. So when I heard Almushi make those statements, I understand there's a certain level of comfort you want to be able to give your kids. You want to be able to give your wife. You want to be able to give yourself. You know? And because I don't want my kids to make those kind of decisions. Oh, I'm going to follow this guy because of money. I don't want money to be a fundamental, decisive factor. Someone said stingy, Ijebu kinda. I wouldn't say stingy because it's not like my dad was stingy to us and he was enjoying the money. I swear I would have preferred that. I would have preferred that my dad was balling and he was stingy to us, because I would want to be like him so that I can. My own was, he was stingy to everybody, including himself, because they were saving money to build projects. They were saving money to do, and 40 years later, I'm wondering, where are the projects? These are the projects. These are the things. We hardly had any memories. All my major memories in my life were created by my mom. So it is like if you eat meat and fish, you know that Baba, poor man mentality no good though. If you eat meat and fish, you are being wasteful. There are children that cannot eat in Rwanda. Okay, so I should take my food from Ibadan and carry it to go and give them in Rwanda. I don't know whether waiting at the top they make sense. And there's a way poor people think. I am poorer than some people, but wealthier in my mind than they are. I am financially poorer than some people, but richer in mindset than they are. I'll give you an example. I remember when I got, I've said this story several times. I was working in Cool FM. I did not even have a rented house, let alone build a house. I did not have land. And I had two brand new cars. I bought myself my Camry, brand new, in 2009. As of 2009, I did not have a land in my name. As in land, 4 feet by 6 feet. I don't get land of the size of a well. I did not have. And I had two brand new cars. And I was staying in company apartment. And inside that my company apartment with two brand new cars. Now guess what? When I bought my ex-wife's brand new Honda City in 2010, when I bought her Honda City, I did not sell her old car. We had a Primera, so I just kept it to be using to go to market. I just kept her car so that we could have her old car. So okay, any day you want to go to the market, you want to enter places that are rough, we will just drive this car. So I kept it. So then I had three cars. And then in 2012, I wanted to buy Range, and I now bought Range. So I had four cars. I did not have let me tell you how bad it was. I did not have forget land. I was not even paying rent I was living in a free house from my office. And I was having a conversation with somebody in my office. And the person was around 9 o'clock when I was closing from doing 4 to 9 shift. The person came in the morning at 8:30 and was sleeping on the table in the office by 9 p.m. So I was like, why are you in the office at this time? I'm waiting for my husband. I'm like, I just made it so I'm like, it would be nice so if you two can get a car. So once you are done work, you just drive home. She said, me and my husband have agreed that we will never own two cars in a rented house. I look my life. I had 4 cars. I did not even have a rented house. So we will never have 2 cars in a rented house. Say, like rented house is not problem enough. You now sharing motor. You are now sleeping in the office waiting for him to finish to come and pick you. Then the two of you now go home. I said, now wow. And I keep saying this. The deal that bought me my first house in Lekki. Now Range Rover where I drive go, I ain't make them give me that deal. Of course, my talent was there. But you see, when I drove there, I was just coming back from Yankee. And I keep saying this. My ex was telling me to go and buy land in Moe. If I'd gone to buy land in Moe and I was struggling to build a small house in Moe, Baba, I for not get money to travel go America. I for not get money to buy a Range Rover. Baba, I just came back from America smelling like New York. It's New York. I just came back from New York. Got inside my Range. Was smelling fresh, looking fresh. I had Virtu phone. I had BlackBerry Porsche. I sat down in the meeting, dropped the phone on it. When I got to the office for the meeting, my color of Range Rover was the color of the owner of the company's Range Rover. So when I got there, they just opened the gate for me. I just went to park in their MDs before they realized, wrong parking. No be MD moto. Good gold. Keep popping those money guns. Thank you so much. So when the MD now came, we now got talking. He was having problems with his range. I now referred him to Range Rover doctor. And we became cool. So we entered inside the meeting. As I was calling the price, they were just sticking it. They did not believe that Daddy Freeze want to dupe them. But I just went there, as in smelling of New York, fresh. Gucci this, Gucci that, looking as in fresh. As I just they name the price, I just they tick out, baka. So I say this all the time. The kind of people you surround yourself with will determine your mindset, and your mindset will determine your income. Your mindset will literally dictate your income. Sean Lee said Nigeria is better. Why smell like New York? Why not smell like Ajegunle? Baba, Nigeria is better to live in. America is better to go and do holiday and come back. Baba, when you come back, when you go to New York or the US or any parts of the US or the UK from Nigeria, Baba, when you come in from Yankee after 1 month in Yankee, Baba, they know the difference. You will feel it. You will feel the vibe. Fine boy, double click that screen if you're watching. Fresh. It works wonders. Those days, Baba, even when I don't get money for LV, I go enter inside LV shop. Look at everything. My mind can comprehend that I can buy why someone is saying, why will you buy a pair of shoes for 3,000? Somebody asked me, Daddy Freeze, can you buy a denim jacket, an LV denim jacket for $7,000? I said, I cannot now. Does not mean I cannot. Yeah, hello? Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm coming now to get you. So guys, give me 1 minute. Let me get my peeps. 1 minute. 1 minute to make una no run anywhere. One minute, so guys, when I say 1 minute, I actually literally mean 1 minute. Yeah. I'm coming, guys. Listen, run around. So you guys enter from there. Go and open that door for me. Quickly. So I can continue working. Did I take long, guys? I'm so sorry. Did I take long? Forgive me. Let me just shut this door a bit. Yeah, so I went to get my crew. I didn't take long. Oh, that was quick. I had to go all the way downstairs. Someone said do giveaway. We did giveaway yesterday. What if you give away share me? Someone says, Daddy Freeze, why are you so fresh? It's because of that blessing. I saw that blessing today. She made me fresh. Bookie's hair. Double click the screen. Double click the screen. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Double click the screen. Follow my number one gifter. Follow my number one gifter on TikTok. Let's make some noise for my TikTok people. Your giveaway yesterday. You get one guy where you miss out. About anybody we miss out yesterday, we miss them out. Anybody who is slow, you don't move with that. You don't slow like this, you don't lose out. So let me finish what I was saying. It's all about mentality. I'm coming back to the topic so they don't say I moved away from the topic. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. I have to leave in 15 minutes because I have to go somewhere with the family. DF that bought me excess food and gave me plenty money. Which plenty money I gave you? I'm still owing you money, by the way. Let me see. Once I finish this live, remind me. Let me send you the money. Thank you so much, Ada. So you see, your mentality dictates a whole lot. Your mentality is what opens the doors to possibilities to you. There are conversation starters. There are conversation starters that I don't know how to put it. There are restaurants that you go and eat. The conversation is different. So I understand when Ashmusy, I hope that's Mushi, I hope I got the name. When she says she doesn't want a man who earns less than her. Because even though money doesn't dictate the world, mindset of money does. So when you are with somebody who is poorer than you, the tendency for them to have a poor mindset is very high. The tendency for them to have a poor mindset. YouTube, the lighting for YouTube is not good. Let me move it here. I'm sorry, it's getting darker, so the light is changing. Yeah. So I think it's just the phone, because if I moved it here, the lighting is still not good. Okay, this seems a bit better. So when you have a poverty, Shola Olatunji says shallow and pointless talk. Ọpọlọ bàbá ẹ̀ shallow. Ọmọ Yorùbá kúkú ni ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ sí dáadé ẹ̀. Kó tó dàbí èpo ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀. Ó lanu gbàgàdà. Aláìnírònú. Ó dàbí ọmọ ńlé aláǹgbá. So, can I continue what I was saying before we're rudely interrupted? So when Almushi said, she said, I can't marry somebody who is poorer than me, I might agree and disagree. I disagree because the fact that somebody is poorer than you, come inside. Who is that? The fact that somebody is poorer than you does not mean they cannot be richer than you. But sometimes when you are with people who are poorer than you, they tend to think like poor people. The hold on 1 second. We won't allow her to come upstairs. Come on. Come on. Yes. So, although it is unfair for you to make generalizations about money, you also need to be careful with the mentality of the kind of people you're surrounded with. The kind of mentality that you surround yourself with goes a long way in defining you. If you have poverty mentality, I'm not talking about being poor. Being poor is different from having poverty mentality. You can be rich or wealthy or have substance and still have poverty mentality. So when you are poor, the likelihood, hello Victor, that you have poverty mentality is high. You will think poor. You will see things that other people consider normal that you can afford. Sometimes maybe you might have to stretch yourself. You see them as being expensive or wasteful. I remember the conversation somebody had one day. He said, you guys, you are wasting your money on drinking alcohol. You drink beer. Do you know that a bottle of Hennessy is 50,000 naira? Some people drink 50,000 naira Hennessy every weekend. Do you know that there are 52 weeks in a year? Do you know, the guy said 52 weeks times 50,000 naira. Do you know you spend 2.6 million naira a year drinking Hennessy? In 10 years, you have spent 26 million naira drinking Hennessy. You have been drinking for 40 years. So do you know you spent 104 million naira drinking Hennessy in 40 years? Do you know you can buy the latest Benz for 104 million naira? When he finished doing his analysis, the guy said, do you drink beer? He said, no. Where's your Benz? That, I will not live in this part of town, we save money, is what you call penny wise. You will stay in Moe and you'll be driving down to Lekki Phase 1 every day just because you want to save money, that the rent in Lekki is too expensive. Let me use my money and buy something more useful. Someone said my friend calculated the cigarette cost for 1 year to amount to 2.5 million naira. Someone will say, yes, go and buy land in Moe instead of flexing. Baba, you see, if you flex and you enjoy the flexing, you'll be motivated to work hard. You'll be motivated to work hard. So we need to have this conversation, and it is a money conversation, and it's also not a money conversation. It is both a money and a mindset conversation. And let me break this down to you here. Money and mindset go hand in hand or hand in glove. If you have the right mindset towards money, you will also have the right mindset towards life in general. Money is a very poor master, but a very good servant. Some of you trying to save money, you're actually worshiping money. Because if you can trade your comfort for extra money, if you can trade your comfort for extra money, It means you are suffering for money. Let's do this equation. You are trading your comfort for money. It means you are suffering for that money. Let's imagine a house in Lekki is say maybe 3.5 million. But in Ikorodu, you will get that same house for 900,000. In your mind, you have saved 2.4 million. No. You have brought the suffering of triple 2.4 million upon your head. You will sit down and go slow morning to night. Mechanic will become your in-law last. Because if they go Ikorodu every day, they come back, they go Ikorodu, you go they change shock absorber every 4 months. Then you see, shock absorber is not something that you buy like this. And you do like this. And then you change the shock absorber. We're going very soon. The day you want to change shock absorber, the car has to be with the mechanic. You will drop the car with the mechanic to change the shock absorber. You'll be robbed of your time. So what you think you are saving, you are actually spending so much more. So you think you don't like money, worshipping money, because you are suffering to save money. And you are not saving the money. You are suffering for money. Stop suffering for money. Because you want to save more money so you can build a big house in the village. All of you staying abroad, you will now stay in a 1-room council flat in the UK with your children and mess their minds up. I almost used a bad word. Because you want to save money so you can go home and build a big house in the village or do some other things. You now stay with 4 children in a council flat of 1 bedroom. And in your mind, you are saving money. You are not saving money. You are worshipping money. The moment you start to trade your comfort for money, trade your well-being for money, they will tell you to go to this hospital and go and do tests. You will say, no. Instead, you will go to pharmacy, so you will save money. You are worshipping money. You are a mammon worshiper. So this is what I've been saying in essence. She said she wants a man greater than her. 2 things. Let us try as much as possible to not make greatness about money. Let us make greatness about value. Let us make greatness about positive thinking. Let us make greatness about understanding and opening up your mind. Let us stop making greatness about money. Money is part of the equation, but differentiate between serving money and using money. Rich people use money. Poor people serve money. A rich man, there are certain things a rich man will not do for money. You'll be amazed. A poor man will compromise all sorts of things just for that extra money to eat. And you'll be amazed that half the time they put themselves in the situation they are in because of the way they think. School is not scam, especially primary and secondary school. If you tell me university is scam, I can agree with you. But that primary, and when I say primary and secondary school, quality primary and secondary schools, your children need to be well tutored. Your children need to be exposed, and your children need to hang out with people that have sense, the children of sensible people. You will try to save money and send your children to people that will mess up their minds forever. So always keep that at the back of your mind. I think I've said everything. Miss Thickness, how are you doing? Let me just bring somebody up to join me for 5 minutes. If you are watching on TikTok, double click the screen. I'm closing in 5 minutes. Double click the screen, double click the screen, double click the screen, double click the screen if you're watching on TikTok. You have to manage life till you grow financially. Sometimes many of you have outgrown certain things. but you are still stuck in those places because you are seeing yourself growing financially. Someone says, save this life that it is. I definitely would save it. I definitely would save it. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen or follow my number one gifter. Make I hail my number one gifter. Good Gold is my number one gifter on TikTok. Tomorrow we're going to talk about primary education being more important than university education. Primary and secondary education being more important than university education. I know a lot of people who disagree with me, but a good primary education is more important than university education. University is good, but not for everyone. I was having a conversation with a good friend of mine who said his son is not going to uni. That instead of going to uni, his son is going to go and get all those courses, those professional courses, and build himself. And I'm like, wow, that's true.
I don't have life though. It's all by 7.
Eh?
My life will come up by 7. I'm the job.
Who agrees? Yeah. Do you agree with me that secondary school and primary school are better, that are more important than university?
Totally, I agree. My dad never attended university, and he did well for himself. He attended just primary school. He's so proud of it. He's always saying it. And he's pretty smart. Yeah, like
he
taught
for house.
Just today, and he attended just primary school, primary 6.
Well done, boss. Well done, brother. Sorry, Ada. Sorry, I had to greet some people. You see, we're going to come back tomorrow. We're going to come back tomorrow and talk about this. Why primary and secondary education are more important than university education. A lot of people will disagree, but I say this all the time. Unless you want to be a doctor, an engineer, a pharmacist, a lawyer, or maybe a vet doctor, any other thing, you can take courses, 6 months here, 5 months here, 3 months here, stagger it here and there, and get it done over a period of time. You don't have to tie yourself within the 4 walls of a university to do certain things.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if I'm making sense to you. You don't have to tie yourself in beyond university education. I don't see beyond my BSc. I don't see why I need to have a master's.
For real?
For what? I don't have a master's. Do you have a master's, Ada?
About.
It's very good for you. I don't see how it will make me richer, happier, wealthier. It's as in. Instead, I do courses. 1 week course here, 3 days course here, 1 hour course here. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Yeah. I didn't go to theological school. I never went to broadcasting school. I never studied mass communication. I worked 26 years on the radio and I won Nickelodeon Award. You know what Nickelodeon Award is? Yeah, American Award. I went to California to go and get the award. For broadcasting that I did not go to school to study. I learned on the job. You are now telling me university is that important. I was the first person in Africa to win that award. Manny won it the year after I won it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know.
You know? So what am I trying to say? I didn't even have a BSc in broadcasting. My BSc is sociology. I don't have BSc theology. I don't have BSc mass communication. And I know more about Bible than those that went to school of theology. Simply Vic that is here knows more than knows more than 99% of Nigerian pastors. He's here in the comment section. There are things that Simply Vic said we should start teaching. I said, Simply Vic, we cannot teach this. Their brain will fry. I said, their brain will explode. Just pop. You just see pop, pop. That's it. Just see white things all over the world. Their brain don't explode. She's here. Simply Vic is here. Simply Vic say make I teach something. I say I no fit teach am. My conscience don't feel allow me. This thing that you want me to teach, my conscience cannot allow me to teach it. Because I'm going to be dealing with people who are so dense. You understand? So,
Yeah.
so if you tell me I need masters, my first question is not if I know it's not going to make me richer. I know it's not going to improve my opportunities. I know it is not going to make me happier because I'm going to have to sit down in school for 1 year. It might even make me poorer because the time I'm supposed to be using to do things that will be productive, I'll be using it to write thesis. I'm not saying it might not work for you, but you actually have to sit yourself down and ask yourself, is this going to make me better? If it is not going to, if you can't prove, you are wasting your time. Someone say, Daddy Freeze, after master's you need PhD. This is how I'm looking at it. What do I need a PhD for? What do I explain it to me? Show me how it will make me more marketing. They tell you say I want to go work for person, or they tell you say I want to teach for university. I'll give you a little snippet of it. I can't teach it. It's too complex for the average mind, the average religious bent mind to understand. We're talking about the book of Revelation and how it is a Roman construct in its entirety, and how the Roman Emperor Nero was the 666. I can't. It will make you doubt the Bible, and I don't want you to doubt the Bible.
No, they just brought my lights and I am on class. No wig, no clothes on.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh yeah, bye. Be going. So if we teach you about this, you will doubt the Bible. And once you start doubting the Bible, you are not strong enough. You will feel like you've lost your faith. And then the next thing is you will feel like God has disappointed you, or God doesn't exist. And we need to be careful with what we're teaching you. I told Simply, I said I cannot teach it. You say I cannot teach it. Personally, me, or I won't teach it, yes. Simply said their mind will blow. These are conversations that if you have them, you will regret yourself. With Nigerians, and they will misquote me because I said people should stop going to church. Somebody insulted me, said that the Freeze is working for the devil. I met somebody I went to a restaurant today, and the guy walked up. He said, Daddy Freeze, they say you are the Antichrist. He now stretched his hand. He said, I am blessed meeting the Antichrist. We had a good laugh about it. So anyway, let me start rounding off. Double click the screen. Oh yeah, let me play on TikTok for 5 minutes. Double click the screen. Somebody said PhDs for university lecturers and researchers. 100%. What do I need PhD for so that they can call me doctor? I don't know. It might be useful for some people, or it's not useful for me, and I'm not going to force it down anybody's throat. Bookie's hair. Thank you so much for popping my money guns. Oh yeah. I want to make some noise on TikTok. If you're watching on Instagram, go to TikTok. Oh yeah, double click the screen. I'm on 14,200 likes. I want to get this to 20k now. Double click the screen. Double click the screen if you're watching on TikTok. Double click the screen if you're watching on TikTok. Double click the screen. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh. Double click the screen, double click the screen. I'm back. Hey, you, Daniela. Yes, I'm back with my trouble. Oh yeah, double click the screen. Who's my number one gifter? Oh no, we don't reach 15K. Today we just play. Oh. Someone say this hotel is fine. Oh. When you work hard, you enjoy hard. Mr. Kukumba. Mr. Kukumba was my number one gifter yesterday. Big shout out to him. Big shout out to him. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Double click the screen. TikTok. Follow Good Gold. Everybody on TikTok, follow Good Gold. Follow Good Gold. Follow Good Gold on TikTok. Tomorrow we're going to have a session. The importance of education. Let's have this. Somebody say free. Soji Olatunji says free is the jack of all trades. Soji, the Olori Buruku, ambassador of poverty. And it's in shape with. Orabi Shigidi Agbeko. Those idols that they hang on wall. That's how you look really. Olori Buruku. Jack of all trades. Your papa get trade. No be arm robber, your papa be Olosho and your mama be. You talk to another person that jack of all trades. So please guys, take care on Instagram. Bye. Big shout out to my TikTok family. Tomorrow I'll be more settled. Today I've been all over the place. Please forgive me. Oh my God, don't they come out to? Don't they get meat for back of head? Hey, oh, so when they say that people will get money, they get meat for back of head. I never see the money yet too. Huh? Double click the screen if you're watching on TikTok. Thank you all so much. Yesterday was amazing. We had Kiss Daniels live. All the girls were like, oh my goodness, Kiss, Kiss, None of you are fainting on my life again now. None of you are fainting on my life again. What kind of bad behavior is that? That yesterday was crazy. Kiss. I love you, Kiss. Oh, Kiss. Kiss, you're the best in the world. That's what I was hearing. I think I rapture Solji or Latunji. I don't like having talikas on my life. They affect the quality of the life. Then Yahweh then Jewelry that Jari. Not a block here. Not a block we read down. And to come a water combo kiri to my one to my jet. Oh, I don't live me on shush. So take care of yourselves, guys. See y'all later. Thank you, my TikTok family. Beauty by Glory. Tomorrow we are talking about the need for education. We're going to do that tomorrow. So join me. I was thinking of teaching a session. I was thinking of teaching a session tomorrow. Now, guys, advise me. Hey, let me run it by you guys. Advise me. Should we do winning souls for the devil or the importance of education? I want to show you how the Nigerian church over the last 2 decades has consistently won souls for the devil instead of winning them for God. So do you think, which of them should we do? So choose one. One is a proper doctrinal teaching. The other one is a conversation. So choose. Let me hear you guys vote. I want to see your votes. If you're watching on TikTok, somebody has said talk about spirituality another time. Okay. Winning souls for the devil is better. Education. 2 votes for education, 3 votes for education. Both will make sense. Okay, maybe I'll do one in the morning. Okay, so I'll try to see if I can do both. Winning souls for the devil. How you're going to church every Sunday is not doing anything for God, but instead it is buttressing the works of darkness. And Nigeria is getting darker. The more religious we get, the more prayerful and churchy we get, the darker our continent becomes. So we need to actually have a comparative study and discuss that. So I think I like preaching in the morning, because if I preach later in the evening, so once I wake up in the morning, I will preach. So once I wake up in the morning, I will preach. Maybe after breakfast, I will preach. Then we go for tomorrow. Would there be gossip? I hope there's not going to be anything interesting, because if there's anything interesting, then we have to do the gossip. Okay? Because gossip is nice. But that's why I want to start. I wouldn't say early in the morning, but early enough. Okay? So thank you all so much for supporting me. Thank you for everything you guys have done. Make sure you have yourselves a very lovely weekend, and do take care of yourselves. And I look forward to hanging out with you guys again tomorrow. So take care and God bless. See y'all later. Someone say we are now gossip family. Gossip is part of what we do. Double click the screen if you're watching on TikTok. Stop. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. So we have 2 topics: winning souls for the devil and the unimportance of education. The unimportance of education. We're going to label it like that, and then it's going to pick up throughout the day. So one will be in the morning, the other one will be in the evening. By evening, I mean early evening. Okay? Please consider us in the United States because of the time difference. I'm sorry. Everything I've done has always been United States. Everything I've done. I do 3 a.m. every single day for the United States. I'm not at home, so I like to spend a bit more time with my family. Okay? So let's do that. Take good care of yourselves, everyone. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Love you guys loads. Take care and God bless. Bye.